go like WCS Latin America instead? I can't. I'm trying to find it, Poppy. I'm trying to find it. Okay, there it is. Copa America 2019 Season 3. Oh my god. The memories, Poppy, the memories. As we are diving into our next series here, we're diving into our next best of 3. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Gresan, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing On-Side Gaming. It is Solar. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Gresan, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player representing himself as he is teamless. He's the red Terran. He is GuMiho. We didn't have names as part of the matches. I see. Yeah, we had a very different format for our VODs back then, but I'm just looking at the playlist. Oh boy, let's go, Poppy, let's go. As we are getting into our next ZvT, and oh boy, GuMiho again, very unique, very aggressive Terran player in the Korean region, or in the world, actually, I would say. Oh. As we get into some massive shout out to Little Mac in the chat. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session or even cast as well. Again, shout out to Little Mac. He has been doing quite a lot. Has been taking quite the initiative to actually host a lot of events as well. I do believe that Little Mac was hosting an amateur event for a while. A league, I want to say, that Asher was playing in as well. Massive shout out to Little Mac, as he doesn't just cast and organize his own events, but he also, I believe, casts the Magic Cup Masters Cup at times as well. So thank you so much. Do appreciate it. As we are getting into this again, GuMiho, as I was kind of getting into, is one of the more aggressive Terran players out there. Is willing to play mech, is willing to cheese, is willing to be hyper aggressive with the minimal amount of units possible. But here against Solar, he is still going to be skipping his SCV scout, but it is going to be going for that initial Reaper. Meanwhile, Hatchcast pool opener here from Solar, nothing too crazy. He's going to be sending his first Ling across the map as we speak, just to get a bit of a scout off. And the initial Reaper here of GuMiho is actually going to be sticking around back at home instead. Going to be a little bit more delayed here, maybe forcing those Lings to react, and is going to be staying at home. Interesting choice by GuMiho. As the Ling will go down. Going to try and get a bit of a scout off, but no, doesn't really get to see too much. As in the main base, we have a very interesting setup where we're going to be going into a pseudo 2-on-1. Interesting. So we have a tech lab here on that second Rax. Meanwhile, we didn't really have too much of an add-on switch. We're not going to be making a reactor out of this factory to switch with the start, but we're actually pumping out Hellions. Okay. A very unusual 2-on-1. This is looking like it's going to be hitting with not just with Hellions, but potentially with Hellbats as well. As the initial Hellions are going to be looking to throw Solar off the scent. We're going to be hitting with one medevac? Oh my god. Okay, interesting stuff. I mean, Solar doesn't see too much. I mean, he sees maybe enough. He doesn't see the second Rax, but he does see the reactor on the Rax, which is very suspect. It's very sus that this would be typically done with a 2-on-1. There's no reason to do it otherwise. As the drop is going to be moving out across the map, we do have an NGA behind this, not an armory. And this is gonna get interesting. Okay, show me what you got. So this drop is gonna be hitting without stim. Gonna be a little bit unexpected. We do have Lings waiting in the main base because, again, we scattered earlier. We saw a mass amount of Marines on the way. We have plenty of Queens here at the third as well. GuMiho shouldn't be able to do too much with this, at least not initially. As Ling does scout and confirm the location of the drop. Queens are looking to get in position. Lings are still staying here in the main. We do have those Hellion reinforcements. No armory behind this, so just regular Hellions. Like, this is what I mean. Like, this is just so weird. As Solar has to be careful, we do still have that sharking squad of Hellions looking for a way in. And here we go. The 2-on-1 is upon us. The second medevac does join the fray. And we're going to be threatening a drop into the main base. At the same time, Hellions are going to be threatening to dive into the natural or the third. And Solar is out of position. Here we go. The drop does dive into the main base. We get a scout of the timing of the lair. We're going to be able to focus on some of these drones as well. One drone goes down, but only one. And the positioning here is just really awkward to work with. The Spore is going to be able to get focused down as well. Lings do come in from behind. And it looks like, we do have enough to force this back. At the same time, the Hellions are diving into that third base, but no, the Lings get here in time as well. And this is going to be leading into an earlier tank push as well. Again, we still kept our Hellions alive, so we're going to have at least those as a supportive unit to protect those tanks. We did lose only 5 Marines as well, so overall GuMiho has been very efficient with his trades. Be pushing on forward. Tank will siege up. We do have a couple of Banelings on the way that will come out in time. This one Queen does go down. Hellions looking to threaten those Banelings. They get into the mineral line, but the Ling Bane gets on top of the tank. And with the death of that tank, GuMiho can't really push it any further, but no, never mind. He does get another Queen. He is eventually forced to pick up, and yeah, again, that was just like a really awkward push. He was able to get a couple of drones. He traded relatively well against the Lings, but Solar's able to preserve his drone count for the most part. He's able to get his 4th base up and running as well. He's up to 70 workers. GuMiho continuing to look for damage here with his drop. Does have some nice target firing, and he does get every single Baneling. Oh my god. The Banelings, oh my god. The drones as well. Does pick up in time, but again, good trades for GuMiho. And Solar is struggling a little bit. You know, he's attempting to resaturate that 4th base, trying to get that worker count up to a nice even 80 worker count. But GuMiho is not stopping. We have another push here towards the south. Medevac's were kept alive. Our Queen count is still looking relatively healthy, but the Marines are going to be distracting the Ling Bane. As they do distract the army, GuMiho gets in position. This tank does siege, so does the second. We don't really have much creep here at all to work with. This hatchery is getting dangerously low. There we go, Solar. He dives on forward, but oh god, this is going to be a rough trade for Solar. The tank shots go up. Every single Baneling is going to be going down, and this may just be it. GG gets called, and GuMiho takes game number 1 with a very interesting variation of the 2-on-1 to not have a reactor on the starport, to not have an add-on on the factory either, just reactor out Marines initially, go for a delayed double drop as well. It was really odd. But GuMiho was just trading really efficiently. Like, he was just preserving his Marine count for the most part. He was preserving his medevac count. I don't think a single medevac died that game. And because of his constant aggression and his control as well, he was able to eventually overpower Solar. Because of his pushes, Solar was never able to really get too much creep outside of his outside of his 3rd base either. He was just woefully unprepared for that push. And yeah, that was a really impressive build from GuMiho. Damn. GG. I see Little Mac in the chat. I run 2 of my own leagues, one for 4.4k and under, and one for 5.3k and under. If anyone's looking for a fun and chill league to play in, there you go. Shout out to Little Mac again. Actually, you know what? It's tempting. I was about to say that I may play in it. Like, I know Asher has been having some fun competing in the leagues. And I've been thinking about playing in some myself, but like, I'm just so busy casting. I'm so busy when I'm not casting, I'm streaming, and will I find time to play in some matches? And I actually realized that I can't actually play in the... Oh, yeah, I can't actually play in the 4.4K one. Smooge, papi, smooge. But here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood. We have the South Korean Zerg player representing Onside Gaming. It is Solar. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player leading this series 1-0. It is GuMiho. Oh, we had a... Yeah, we had the ASMR intro. True, we had some... And spawning in the water. I remember. We did have the ASMR intro. Aye, not like this. As, ooh, GuMiho is looking to go for a bit of a Beyond special. Never mind. It looked like... I assumed he was going to go for a 2-Rax opener, but we actually don't really have the setup for that. The building placement is... I think quite there. Interesting. Hola, Max Pax plays today? Oh yeah, Hugo. I mentioned this earlier, but Max Pax, interestingly enough, did not sign up for today's tournament. Max Pax is usually one of the few Europeans that plays in ESL Open Cup Americas, but he's not here today, which is quite peculiar, to be honest. He is typically a regular in ESL Open Cup Americas, even though Max Pax is from Europe. He typically stays up late into the night, but maybe something else has his attention. So, unfortunately, no Max Pax, no Clem either. Very few Europeans, very few. Very few indeed. But yeah, from here we're kind of getting into the swing of things. It is just going to be that low ground Rax factory as well into that CC. With this we can be a little bit greedier, of course. Our overall build. And the first Reaper is gonna be sent on out. Reaper into reaction. But again, that opener from GuMiho in the last game was just really unusual and really unorthodox. This is kind of what I mean when I say that like GuMiho is a really unique player, just because like he does typically have his own build, he does things his own way, and as a result can sometimes be very difficult to read. And a good example of that is game 2 as well. Both of these games, really, as we do have our add-on swap going on. Yeah, just a really interesting building placement overall. So because of this, we actually can't go for an add-on swap with the starport if we were going for a tech lab, 1-on-1. So interesting choice, as GuMiho's making a second Reaper. Wait, what? He's making more Reapers. A Ling does slip in somehow though, as I believe there was a bit of a gap in the wall earlier. And it looks like Solar gets a full scat of the main base. He confirms the 1-1-1. He also sees that there isn't going to be an add-on swap, so he doesn't have to worry about things like Banshees, for example. This can still lead into a BC, to be fair. Oh no, is it going to be a fusion core? Okay. Okay. I mean, we still have a tech lab on the starport though, even if we don't have the add-on swap. I was expecting a fusion core, but there is none, so this is still looking to be either a Banshee or maybe even a Raven opener. As we have continued Hellion and Reaper production here from GuMiho, this hatchery is getting dangerously low. And with enough units, we can threaten these queens. Oh, the first queen is going to be going down. Ay. There we go, we have confirmation. It is in fact going to be that Banshee cloak is on the way. Jesus. Solo will hold on for the timing, but this hatchery again is so low. The Banshee could even try and snipe it when it does show up. We're not stopping Hellion production, by the way. We're still making more, Papi. We're still making more. As GuMiho is going to rotate over towards that natural base instead. This is almost like a TVT opener. It's crazy. And he's going to be able to find not just one queen, almost gets a second as well. The Lings try to engage, but there are just so many Hellions, they get roasted. Oh, and GuMiho doesn't care. He doesn't care about the queens, doesn't care about the Lings. He is diving into a mineral line instead. He's going to be losing a couple of these Hellions in the process, but the drones are lining up. Oh, but we don't care about the natural. We're going into the main base instead. Oh, and I just realized I don't have game heart. But GG gets called. It's just too much damage. We didn't even get to get into the Banshees as GuMiho takes the 2-0. GG. Oh my god. What did I just witness? Yeah, GuMiho just amassing Hellions, not stopping Reapers either. GG, well played. And congratulations to GuMiho as he does advance on.